roll in here. And then just give me a quick 1, 2 into
1, 2, 1, 2. Beautiful. Testing 1, 2, 3. So 6 is the magic number.
Yeah. Just leave it.
Listen to it on 6 and make that a 6 and you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No echo.
Good. Happy girl.
And don't forget to hit record on your DJI.
I just did.
Wow, he's so smart.
Is that recording?
The camera?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready?
Now I'm ready.
Now you're ready. All right, here we go. I'll give you a clap. Do not disturb is on. All right. Here we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Gene Fetty with the Automotive Appearance Institute back at you with another episode of our All Access podcast. This is number 14. Today is a tool day, tool time pit stop, something. I don't know what we're calling them. We're going to talk about some new tools that I got. Some I've got to try, some I haven't got to try, but they are sweet tools, and I wanted to talk to you about it. And we've got a couple events coming up. We'll talk about that also. Dylan, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Super duper.
Heck yeah.
Dylan has been getting the studio straightened up and cleaned up all week. Hopefully the audio is a little better. We added some more sound deadening panels. As we get this finished, we get the lighting hung. We'll do a little studio tour, but it is not quite to tour level yet. But we're headed down the right direction. It's looking great. We even got a door installed. Also not finished yet, but the door is hung to help keep some of that sound from up front from coming back in here. So let's talk about some of these tools. Now, I won a couple, bought a couple. We'll talk about them all. I don't think anybody gave me these. No, I take that back. I was gifted this one, but it's awesome.
You should
So,
do some,
you know what? Let's start with this one. What should I do?
you should do some tool ASMR into the microphone for our audio listeners.
Tool. Okay, here, we'll do a little. So this is the end game. Let me show it how it comes. This is the end game from Dent Tools. I believe an Anson company now. The handle comes just like this. Absolutely in love with it. So it clicks on like a normal hub tool.
So crisp.
Yes. The magic lies in not having to remove the handle to ratchet it. So 2 buttons. This is on and off. The smaller lower button. And this one is, as Craig Dyer would say, the magic button. You just hear it clicking around. Dylan has given a thumbs up on the ASMR for you. Awesome tool. It's called the end game, I guess, because you're not going to need any more handles. Everybody that I have let try this handle absolutely loves it. The 15-degree kick is nice. It takes some of the pressure off of your arm. Now, I have been I think it's the Gorilla handle or tactical handle, whatever it is. The original style hub handle I've been using for years. I've got an extension. This... I don't know if you're getting any spinach there.
It's picking up.
Perfect. I always work with this extension. So this is my go-to handle setup. It makes pushing effortless. These old Dent guys' shoulders are smoked from too many years of not enough leverage. The end game. This is sort of an updated review. I got a prototype at at the PDR Expo in Las Vegas. Brought that back. The fit and finish was great. It was nice, not great. These are the finished production for sale ones. I smoothed out some of the corners. Awesome tool. And now I've been using this for what? So we started in September, October, November, December. So 3 months. I've been using it for a quarter. Love this handle. Everybody I've let try the tool loves this handle. It's an instant yes, go get it. Again, available at deaddenttools.com or AnsonPDR.com for sure. While we're talking push tools, let's talk about the latest releases from our buddy John Vidine, the Dent Reaper himself. First up are the Kratos, Kratos. I think that is the Greek god of something.
I'll look it up.
Greek god of power or strength, or Dylan will check it out.
I
and
thought
let
it was
us
like
know.
an Avengers reference.
I thought so too, but I was on the Dent Nerds podcast, and John said it was a Greek god. I believe it's a Greek god. Kratos.
Oh, he's also is a character in the God of War video game based on Greek and Norse mythology.
There you go. So this tool comes in a set, 18 and 24 inch 2-piece. It's the fat tip set. Retail on it on dentreaper.com is $269 for the pair. This tool is, man, it's got to be at least 3/8, maybe even a hair up from 3/8. Shaved, but not super shaved. I don't know how well that's going to show. Maybe Dylan can punch in. It was when I asked John, I said, "Well, what kind of push are you going for? What's the idea of the tool?" And it is a broad, clean push that feels a little sharp. It really reminds me of how the Hail Angels push. They're I had the aluminum killers, the AKs from Excalibur. Love them, great tool. And then I get to try the Hail Angels, and the push is just clean, and then it lets you get sharp. This Kratos tip is the exact same thing. It's not a hard 90 where it comes around the edge. It sort of rolls a little bit. I use this on a sharp shot, deep shot in a accurate door. It was the first dent I got to try this on. It makes a really clean push, tons of drive, especially right paired with the end game. Definitely recommend it. At first I won these. So I won the set of these at Dapper Dent Repairs, Dents for Kids meetup is where I won these tools at. At first I was like, do I really need another push tool? I love my, what are they called? The Anson door set. Anyways, the awesome Anson door set that Dylan will put up on the screen. I can't think of I'm having a total brain fart on what that tool is. Anyways, I was like, do I really need another Door Lords? I love my Door Lords. I was like, do I need another push tool? But I want it, so I was like, all right, we'll give it a go. Love it. Actually, possibly will become my go-to door tool. They're certainly in the mix, and I'm grabbing these first over the Door Lords. Now, the Door Lords a sharper push. This is broader and then sharper. It's cool. So the set of two from dentreaper.com. Won this set. Thank you, Dent Reaper, for donating them to Andy. Andy, thanks for having the event and letting us donate some tools and end up in the raffle and end up with this awesome piece of equipment. Now, the ones I had my eyes on to win, I put my tickets in both. The ones I was really hoping to win are the new 3D Dent Reaper tools. Same thing, an 18 and a 24. I just grabbed the 18 of my Kratos and the 24 of this because my desk was getting full. The Dent Reaper 3D, I did buy these. I scooped it up on the Black Friday sale. Thanks, Dent Reaper, for having a Black Friday sale. These are a pretty cool tool. So hopefully you can see that it is a tier shape, right? Maybe if we go this way. It's a tier drop or a drop point maybe. It comes out and gets fatter right before it comes back in for the tip. I don't know what shape. Dylan, what shape would you call that?
I would say that's like the tip of a pencil, like a really sharp pencil. That's
Yeah,
what that
but a
looks like to
pencil's
me.
square. This like flares out before
Oh yeah.
it gets square.
I don't
Right?
know. I wasn't a.
See?
Here, wait. There you go. There you go.
I
wasn't
so
good at math.
the idea with this tool is I don't want to say it's necessarily that style, but Stanliner style a rolling tool. So with this edge, instead of just a push, if you're in the door, you sort of like, instead of just twisting, load it a little bit, and you're trying to get out here onto the panel, and then you get a little bit of a rock. I did an aluminum F350 door the other day with a nice 5 or 6 inch crease, and I was able to roll off of this point about a half an inch at a time. So a little roll, so clean. Ooh. And then when you're ready to finish picking, like unload and then come out, and you've got a great sharp tip to come in and detail out the door. Now that head does have a little flare. You would maybe struggle down some European windows to get that. It was a tight fit. I used the Stucky wedge. I had to go right next to the wedge to get that down into the door. So just know that it is a little bit of a thicker, more pounded out shape. Yes, Dylan, you have a question?
I always
This
raise
is
my
Dylan,
hand
guys.
for the.
She's
yeah.
like,
I don't want to interrupt and like overlap, you know.
it's all good. Yes, your question.
So, I'm not a PDR technician, right?
You're not?
No.
Huh.
Surprisingly.
Shocker.
I could probably glue pull a little bit.
That's what Mac thought too. If you guys hear any knocking in the background, that's my son Mac in PDR training on the other side of the wall.
But my question is, do you prefer a sharper tip or a dull tip? And what are the circumstances between like what circumstances do you use which ones?
When do you use it?
Yeah, if that makes sense.
It does. It depends on the damage. So where do I use a sharp tip? The two places that I like to use a sharp tip. First is if we've got something that we're worried about stretch. If we got a dent that's worried about having stretch in it, we will attack that with a sharp tip to try to draw some metal in, to keep from shrinking, but actually to start that crinkle and draw it in. Like the Door Lords are sharp, the Mark Circus set is sharp, these 3D Reapers are sharp. So if you were trying to draw the bottom and you're trying to scrunch metal together, sharp tips are good there. I also like a sharp tip for finishing. If I'm really trying to get the highest level detail finish, that sharper tip allows me to go in like at the texture of orange peel and split orange peel or finish orange peel up. When the damage is not sharp, I like a bigger tip, and we're going to talk about some tips here in a minute. Bigger tip, sometimes a softer tip, to move more metal cleaner and faster. Oh. But don't use a soft tip on a dent that you think might be stretched, because you will displace the metal and stretch it out faster.
That's good to know.
There you go. Little PDR 201.
Because
that wasn't 101. But great tools. So the 3D set, the 18 and the 24 is $369 on sale at dentreaper.com. Excellent tools, just like everything from Dent Reaper, right? It's a high quality tool. John is working with John over at A1 to make the best possible tools they can get together. So that is it for push tools. Moving on over to, we'll stay at Andy's event. Andy, again, thank you for having that event and making Christmas better for some families. And thank you to the tool companies who donated, that made the raffle possible, that just helps breed more generosity. We love it. I love this industry because we do that. So with one of my wins, I got the new K-tips. I didn't even know this was a product until I won them. Danny Hacker, you got to keep me in the loop, dude. I guess I'm the redheaded stepchild now. Doesn't matter anymore.
Quite literally the redheaded.
Well, cinnamon and sugar now, but it used to be a redhead. Danny, I'm just kidding. It's all right, dude. It's fine.
He's only crying a little bit.
A little bit, just on the inside. Anyway, so the KECO K-tips. Now, hopefully we can get this to show up. Dylan can maybe punch in. This is so I would imagine that these tips would fit on your standard like ultra black cap soft tip style tool. But these, Dylan, you like your ASMR.
Love
this has, it's a similar shape. It has that like sort of rounded bullet pill topper, but it's got a groove cut in it that locks these tips on. So here comes some ASMR for you. If we can get it in here. You ready?
Yeah. That was so clean.
So they sort of pop on and lock on. Different radii, I think is the plural word. Radii, radiuses, something like that. So big fat mama here, thick sides around the tip. This is going to be your softest tool. I'm excited to see these have come out. I have a couple prototype tips that Hayes Freeman of pivot tip fame made. They're like a giant pivot tip that he's not brought to market. No matter how many times I've said, Hayes, bring it to market. Hayes, bring those tips to market. They're amazing. Let's get it done. Chris White, if you watch this, call Hayes, ask about those tips. The two of you put your heads together and make it happen, because KECO, I believe, manufactures and takes care of all the pivot tip action for Hayes. These remind me a lot of the pivot tips without the pivot action. But anyways, those big tips like this are great for moving large damage, large metal, but they're rigid enough, like, I don't know how well you'll see it, but like squeezing on this pretty hard, there's just not much give. But when you're pushing and driving a tool, it's going to just sort of mushroom out and push and make a large, broad push for you. You can use these just like most tips for pushing or knocking down. Great for like your medium-sized crowns. I'm not so sure that I can get this off without it being on a tool. Oh, maybe. Here we go.
Ooh,
a little more ASMR. So we've got a medium-sized tip, right? Putting them side by side. Slightly smaller, going to give you a little different push, a little sharper, soft push. And then coming down into smaller, this would be like, I would call this like a beefed up soft tip. Same material. I can't remember. It says what kind of plastic it is on KECOtabs.com. But anyways, really tough, and another thick-walled tab or tip. So those three, right, are thicker walls, broader pushes, just for doing cleaner work. They also have their version of what would be a typical or more typical soft tip size. So about half the thickness, if we can get this to show up on camera, about the half the thickness of the wall on this last tip or second to last tip. See if we can get any ASMR here. Ready? Little puff.
Little cutesy one.
Great typical soft tip style tip. I think this is going to fall under sort of the same as Anson's Guardian tip, Guardian and Guardian of the Galaxy, which looks about VIP size, and they have cap covers for them. The cap covers look like they want to go out on VIP, but they want to split. So like you need the Anson tip. And they also have, I can't remember what it's called, the little pink one that is awesome for pushing similar style. Looks like, and it will go on the Ultra style soft tip knockdown, but you want to grab the proprietary tip, the male side that comes from KECO or Anson respectively for their tips. It's going to give you the longest life. Dylan's got 2 cents to add here.
I think these are the K-tips, right?
K-tips, yes.
They're made from TPV rubber, which is a soft but rugged material for maximum forgiveness and effective metal flow.
There you go. Perfect. Right. It's all about working cleaner. The whole thing is all about working cleaner. We just had a big van in this week that 2 of my other techs worked on, and they are more in the like go get it done fast mode. And I like to slow it down and work cleaner. Well, I got stuck doing all their cleanup work at the end of the day today. It's fine. Guys, thanks for jumping in and getting that done. It's much better than doing the whole job. But I really like, if you slow down in the beginning and work cleaner, you're going to finish faster and better because you're not cleaning up your mess, right? It just makes sense. All right, Dylan, last ASMR here. Oh, no. I really thought I was going to go like, nope.
Nope.
The little ones don't do any ASMR.
Wow.
And we also have a hard plastic cap. I didn't see these on the site. I mean, it could be on there. My guess is it locks on. In fact, it does lock on here. More of a knockdown style. I'll probably sacrifice one and see how it pushes. But it locks on. It's got 3 splits in it. It's almost like a retainer clip. Probably more of a knockdown style tip. Danny Hacker, if you listen to this, shoot us an email and we will tell you exactly what it's for in the show notes or in a post. But anyways, keep an eye out for an ongoing checkup review, just like with the end game, as I put these through their paces and find all the different places I like to use them. We'll be back on another episode to tell you where I think they really, really shine. Like where does it happen? I am excited to see large, heavy-duty tips like this coming into play. The old Dent craft tips that we all know and love are great, but you start throwing some heat, you'll cut through pretty quick. This, what kind of plastic?
TPV rubber.
TPV. This TPV rubber seems, at least at first glance, appears to be pretty tough stuff. I can't get this cap off. We'll work on that later. Staying in the KECO line.
Keep it in blue.
Following my buddy Danny Hacker. Trying to see how many times I can say Danny Hacker on this episode.
Should I do a Danny Hacker count in the corner?
Maybe.
Chat, let us know.
Yes. I saw a post. I think he made it. It was like his Black Friday post. That was like, hey, here's the Hacker approved. Cool brand, Danny Hacker. I still don't have a Hacker approved sticker because I'm not Hacker approved.
Crime.
Anyways, saw his Black Friday post. And I don't remember what all he had in it, but I had almost all of it, but not all of it. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to KECOtabs.com to do some shopping. The first thing I saw that I think they just came out with are these new tab straps. So essentially, like if you get this, they are taking a rigid centipede and they are machining out the spine and leaving just that last maybe 1.25 inches or so on the tab. What these are KECO's answer to tension straps, right? So our buddy Keith has some great tension straps from Black Plague. Anson has some great straps from Anson. Anson carries their own straps, I guess is how we would say that. And the straps are great. And they're almost impossible to create collateral. Yeah. Almost impossible to create collateral damage with unless you pull against the panel, right? If you're just literally pulling laterally, I have not been able to pull hard enough to really cause any damage.
No, and if you go check out the GPR Masterclass, we had a couple sections where you pulled out the lateral tension straps. And
yes.
You were putting the work in on those, and there was no other.
It's unreal what they can do. It really, really is. In fact, you could head over to the AutoAppearanceInstitute.com and check out our whole lateral tension class. We have a whole class on it.
And check out what I was just talking about at GPRmasterclass.com.
Exactly. Yes. Shameless plug. It's our show. We can do what we want.
Exactly.
Anyways, so these are called the tab straps. So what they have done or what they found is you load this up with glue here. Because it's so flexible, much like a strap, it is not diving into the panel. It's just pulling straight back. And even if there is dive, there's not enough rigidity anywhere to cause collateral damage. Now these are made to work with the K-Power, which has become, over this past year, I got this at MTE, over the past year, this has become my go-to tension tool, right? I love the JVF tool. I love being able to tension off of a pull tower when it makes sense. But like my go-to tension tool has been the K-Power, but without KECO accessories. So I've been using this in conjunction with, and if you go check out Instagram, I think I've made a few posts about it. I've been liking it with straps. right? It's been a great way to move the straps, be it Black Plague or the Anson straps. I get great pulls. It's not quite perfect, but I love how it pulls. I just taped up, put some Tessa tape around my threads here, put that through the strap, and went to town. Again, not a perfect example, or not a perfect solution, but worked well enough. These, right, are made for this. And if you look, if we can show the camera, look how close this is, where the thread is, to the face of the tab. The closer you can get to the face of the tab, the less likely you are to introduce dive, right? And you can pull stronger without causing dive. So these being made specifically for that are kind of a beautiful thing. I like this because I can take it and fold it and get it out of my way. We got rubber caps on here to keep from bouncing off the car. But these are super cool. I'm glad you guys came up with that. I remember when I saw Danny's video, I think he was in Canada doing a demo and he pulled that out and I was like, oh, light bulb moment. In his post, his Black Friday post, I think it was, he said, or was talking about the K-Power accessories. Again, I'm out of the KECO loop, even though this feels like a little bit of a KECO second half of the show. I'm just not in the KECO loop anymore, right? We're doing our own thing. We are AAI. We're here. I knew from talking to Chris that the K-Power, originally designed as a lateral tension tool, had the potential, and they were working on some accessories to make it, think of like a screw drive porta-power, right? To make it a push tool, a powerful push tool, and a tension tool. Like pretty cool. Sort of how you would use a porta-power, right? Well, a lot of guys like Bryce Kelly uses a porta-power for tension and for pushing. K-Power is the same thing, but we're not carrying around a big pump. It's nice and easy. And seeing these accessories in these, I think I'm going to have to pull the trigger on a K-Power Mini 2, Junior, or whatever. I can't remember if it's Mini or Junior. Doesn't matter. The smaller version. So these tools, what do we got? We have a foot here. So think quarter panel, wheel well, and you're hit hard enough that the inner pushed a bit, right? So doing at a body shop, I don't have them here in front of me. I've got Steck tools that are made for going. It's like a big giant welded up thing for getting up inside of the wheelhouse and grabbing it with the chain on your pull tower and pulling. And we pull the outer and the inner at the same time. And that was the only way we could get a move on the inner. Well, now we can take this, right? We can take this foot, this big foot, just thread it on, right? That threads in here, obviously screw drive. And then on this end, we can take our standard tension end off, and we can come in with, we've got just a regular kidney shaped foot, right? It's the same rubber as the mini lifter or the Robo K-Beam Junior or K-Beam. You can take that off, and we've got two threaded holes. One of those threads onto here. If I hold my tongue just right. Right, so now we can push, right? And this will close way down, but we can push with just this foot, right? We can put the rubber back on. We can take this R4 tip that comes with this kit, R4 and a pivot tip, thread that right into this foot. And my demo powers are rusty and it's a little awkward, right? So we can set you up just like that for a precise push or more precise push. We can take this tip off and thread with the included coupler, large on one side, 5/16 on the other, right? We can thread right onto the K-Power. give you one of these, right? So you can actually get in and make some relatively precise tools. I saw Sal Contreras did that years ago, and then I in turn did it. I took a tap and tapped threads into my Porta-Power so I could make more clean, controlled pushes with my Porta-Power. So that's exactly what this does. And then, what else do we have? We have got, I think it would turn into a sacrificial curved T-slot adapter, like the tab track adapter from the pulling system. But this is curved and can go up and allow the inner lip of a wheel well to go right in there. And this bracket allows you to thread this right onto the K-Power. Now you can get that foot back in there and then take that, which is your standard wheel well curve, and push, lock up in and push that all the way out. This tool will do a lot now, like a pretty impressive system. Last, but certainly not least, we have this. This adapter here is for putting on, this is a hinge tab. So now if you need to be out at the edge of a tab or edge of a panel, we can slide this on to here, right? And now you can pull laterally off the edge of the panel or down if you needed to come down, if it was like a quarter panel that was driven up. But this will allow you to grab and pull this way. I believe we can thread this off and thread this onto here as well. Maybe it's like so. Yes. So this fits right into there, which fits right onto there. Now we can pull out and tension a bunch of different ways, thus making this even more my favorite go-to straight tension tool without a doubt. So that is the K-Power accessory kit. Is that what they call it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't have that one pulled up. Awesome tools. Danny, thanks, Danny Hacker, for the Danny count. That's the Danny Hacker count that's going on the screen. Thanks for the recommendation, even though it wasn't to me, it was like to the world. But I'm a huge fan, so I caught it anyways. Thanks for the recommendation. These are great. Again, guys, keep listening, keep checking back. As I put these things through their paces, get an opportunity to use them. I will be documenting that, coming back, and giving you an updated answer as to what I think of this. From what I see, thumbs up. Super pumped to do that, and I can already picture repairs that I could have used some of this in. Had Danny Hacker kept me in the loop, I may have had these sooner and been able to use them on said repairs. Sorry, Danny. No, sorry. It's going to be a Danny count. I don't know about a Danny Hacker, but
Danny
if I say
count.
Danny, I'm mentioning Danny Hacker.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot.
Probably. I think I'm at like 11. No, just kidding.
I bet it's more than 11.
Yeah.
So that is our tool review for this show. What do we got going on? We are still taking some applications for the PDR20 group. I think that is up at pdr20group.com. If you're watching the video, it is that QR code up there. Just scan it, go and fill out the form. We are doing a live glue pull webinar. It's our first webinar. I had an idea for a webinar a long time, like years and years, and it just never got executed. Well, the date's set, the clock's ticking. autoappearanceinstitute.com/webinar, or that QR code right there will take you to the registration page. Completely free webinar. Who's it for? If you are one of those people that are like, man, I wish somebody would come do a demo. I wish we could see this. This demo is for you. This webinar is for you. We're going to show you what's capable with glue pull repair, some of the latest tools, and all of the great techniques. You're going to learn process. You're going to see just how simple it is to use glue pull repair to level up your PDR game, to level up your collision repair game. You name it, we're going to show it. Seating is limited, so go make sure you register. QR code up here or ottawaappearanceinstitute.com/webinar to get there. Again, it's free. Don't forget, MTE 2025 is like 45 days from now, something like that.
Yeah,
maybe
we're on
50.
the countdown. It's
Probably
like 6
40.
weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah, not long. January 30th, 31st, and February 1st. I am speaking on the 29th because I'm special. No, not because I'm special. Just because MTE, this is their second year for, call it like Beginner's Day. So it is more, it's a lower key, more entry-level seminars, half-day education. Find out at mte.live, their new website. Find out more info about that. I'm not sure what the cost is, but I know there are some great speakers, especially me. No, I'm just kidding. There's some great detailing seminars. I think Stan Liner will be there doing like a PDR 101 seminar. I sat in on, I think it's Mike Phillips detailing last year. Great content, like all of the instructors are, or all of the speakers are at MTE. They've just added a second day for people who are interested in or just are getting into the industry. So come check that out. Thursday, Education Day. Super excited. In my morning class, I have advanced glue pull repair, learning how to unfold metal using GPR to help you make better, faster, cleaner PDR repairs. Paintless repairs. In the afternoon, I'm sure this would, if we were selling tickets, I'm sure it would be a sellout, but it will be a standing room only event. We're doing the shop owners round table again. Myself, Matt Moore, Corey Kleinfeld, Chris Ray, and Dave Detlaff is joining us this year. That is, what time is that, Dylan? Is that 3 to 4:45, I think?
3 to 4:45. Yes.
3 o'clock to 4:45 on Thursday at Education Day. That'll be awesome. If you want to see that, what that's going to be like, we have last year's talk up as a free class on ottawaappearanceinstitute.com. Just hop on, go to courses, and look up Shop Owners Roundtable, and you can see what our discussion was last year. We're going to make this discussion different than the last discussion, new questions. If you have something you want to know, something you want to learn, something you want to hear us talk about, send us an email or direct message us here, and we will put that on the list with the group to take to the roundtable. And I think, check. Yes, that's it.
I do have one more thing. I know.
Dylan's that
You're so
guy.
sassy.
Like we can get out of here. You ready? Oh no, somebody has a question.
No, I have one more thing, and it's probably going to take like 10 minutes. No, just kidding. No, I wanted to kind of promote one of our, we're end of the year. We're in our last couple episodes of 2024.
We are.
This is crazy. We're 14 episodes and we've been doing this for 3 months.
Yep.
How do you feel?
I'm excited. I'm really happy to be behind the mic again and podcasting. I love doing the shows with you. Like when we can get together and do these and we can banter back and forth is fun. And I really like that it's not the same show. It's not the same MO every week, right? It's whatever I want to do. I like just making it my show. I'm having a blast with it. We will be on Radio Row at MTE. Kevin Bird said I was getting a spot. We were getting a spot. So Kevin Bird, better have that spot on Radio Row. So I've never done that before. I was on the Dent Reaper or the Dents and Dreams podcast last year. Then we talked a little bit, but I don't really know how Radio Row works. But I am stoked to be on Radio Row and podcasting there. No, I'm super excited to be back behind the mic. This is cool. I really enjoy it.
It's been a lot of fun. And we have a couple exciting episodes left for 2024 before we kick off the 2025 season.
That's right.
Woo-woo.
Whole new year. And I'm sure we're going to do something special leading up to MTE. So keep an eye out on that. Speaking of podcasts, if you're enjoying this, please go to Apple Podcasts, go to Amazon, go to Spotify, wherever you're getting your podcasts at, and leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing. That also helps more people discover the show, right? And that's why we do it, is for you guys to listen. I don't like to just talk to myself. I do, but not on the microphone. That's just a conversation for me, myself, and I in the shop while we're working on cars.
Right. And if you're feeling a little extra cheeky, you could put our name in for the Golden Mike Awards for MTE.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Dylan said. I don't know if we're...
Go vote for us. You just fill it out. You don't have to click a name. You just put a name in.
Thanks, Dylan.
So you should go do that for us. That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Good deal. Guys, thanks for listening or watching and listening or whatever you're doing. Thanks for checking out the show. If you have any topics you would like us to discuss, send them in. Email admin@autoappearanceinstitute.com. Send us a direct message on any of the social platforms. If we can help you learn anything, autoappearanceinstitute.com, and go follow us on the socials. So, guys, thanks so much for listening and or watching. We will see you on episode or just number 15 next week. See ya.
Bye.